It's time for more half-assed reporting. We're gonna run and see the 2015 version of the Outsider Art Fair. And geez, I've probably been covering this for about the last 7 years, about as long as I've been doing the Kalm reports. This is always one of my highlights of the year, and we're just going to walk around, catch a few highlights, and talk about what's going on. Oh, there's Jay Gorney. Well, this is the special curated space, and the theme is If I Had Possession Over Judgment Day, curated by Anna Doran and Jay Gorney. And someone was saying that this is involved in something like 160 years of artists who are involved or engaged in paranoid studies. So these are pieces by very interesting cat. They call him Melvin Wait, or some people refer to him as Melvin Milky Way. And these are actually formulas. This is the great Emery Blagden. Now, one of the things that I thought was interesting is that they're including this piece by Mark Lombardi, who, although he was, I guess you could say, obsessed and eccentric, I would not consider him an outsider, and he was, before his untimely death, was pretty much involved with the Brooklyn avant-garde. And of course, we've got Adolf Wolfli here, probably one of the greatest, at least best recognized of all of the outsider artists. Oh gee, here's Kent Fine Art. Oh, and there's Paul Lawfully, maybe one of the great contemporary outsider artists. And oh geez, here's one of his pieces, Myth of the Zeitgeist, 2014. Actually, Paul has been a great influence on me. I love his sense of the diagrammatic. Oh, Tesla.
Okay, so we'll expect you. Okay, good.
Well, this installation of found objects and photography is all by John Brill. And I like the way they've kind of constructed this corner, this little environment with this old decrepit furniture and weird stuff. The Carocci 2012. Congratulations, Paul. Looks good. I know that Paul has got a whole cult of people that follow his work. Alicia Bossy. Yeah. No, I like the presentation of this. We've got an unstretched canvas that is looking pretty funky, and okay, this is Bird and Two Butterflies 1967 oil on canvas. I like the rawness, the urgency of a lot of this work. And somehow these people get into the kind of color relationships that are not expected. Grandma Moses. Well, I love coming to this every year. John Kane, he's actually a classic American artist. Lincoln's Gettysburg Address large version. And that's nice. He's got the text and a lot of weird glazing. Oh, that's neat. Shane Campbell. Oh, and this piece sold by David Butler. I like that color palette. Calvin Morris Gallery. Oh, look, it's Cathy Bradford. Tell us what you think of outsider art, Cathy.
It hits my soul.
It hits your soul. Okay, thank you.
I'm glad to see it getting all this attention.
So these are nice. Noviati Ancaspora. Yeah, now, this is the kind of intensely worked, oddly symmetrical qualities with text and all kinds of fantastical notations that I find attractive. Joseph Hoffer. These are a couple of ships by Kevin Sampson. Wood, metal, string, and found materials. Moanma, Untitled 2003. That's nice. Carlo Zanelli, another one of the great European outsider artists, and I think this guy was institutionalized for years. This is Shrine, Brooklyn, New York. Prophet Royal Robertson, Now, I did a report on Royal Robertson, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And he was showing at a gallery downtown or in the Lower East Side. Hawkins Bolden. The Reverend George Cormagay. He's, I see some of this stuff and I'm thinking back to Robert Rauschenberg, 1962. This is more Reverend George.
Melvin Wait.
The gallery at
HAI.
HAI, Long Island.
Healing Arts Initiative.
So we've got more Melvin Wait. Transcendence par excellence. Marvin was discovered in a mental health program at a homeless shelter.
Where are you going tonight?
Rodney Thombault. Oh, this piece caught my eye. That's dynamite. Derek Alex Cord. Looking at God from a distance. And that looks like oil stick, crayon. Institute 193, Lexington, Kentucky. It's got to be Howard Finster. I like it. The Man in the Vice. Keep your sky blue, keep your grass green. The Devil Vice, as opposed to Edelweiss. Oh, this is nice. Kind of a perverted view of a Cornell box. Who is the box by, this piece?
Mike Goodlin.
Mike Goodlin? Goodlick. It's nice. And I like the abject quality and the kind of rough, cobbled together structure here. So this is Gallery Hervé Pedriot, Paris, and they've got a great selection of this is a mixed media collage photographs by Robert Kalmas, who was one of the big stars of the French Figuration Libre group, maybe the biggest. And this is kind of funny because the Figuration Libre people were influenced by the outsider artists Zvayakul, and now they've been fed back into the outsider thing themselves. This is a nice one. I always thought that in the last couple of years of Keith Haring's life that Keith was influenced by Robert's work, but it's interesting to see that they're trying to integrate this work with the outsiders. it was just pointed out to me by the lady in the booth that they've got a comparison. So there's a Susan, and they're comparing her directly to Peter Saul. And well, I'm not going to say who I think comes out on top in these, but I think it's pretty nice that. Oh, that's lovely. That is really a nice piece. It's nice that Susan has sort of gotten some people's attention recently. Rebecca Hassett Gallery, London. It's Andy Dixon. You know, sometimes I wonder exactly what the qualifications are to be an outsider artist these days. This is also Andy Dixon. And a lot of this stuff is getting blurred. These are with the Fleischer Ullman Gallery, and they are by Evelyn Reyes. Well, as I've come in and visited this fair over the years, I've made comments about how so many of the young artists I know out in Williamsburg and Bushwick have been influenced by outsider art. Just from my perusal of the show this year, it seems that, well, the powers that be have sort of picked up on this, and they're trying to maybe integrate what I would consider mainstream artists. So whether it's Mark Lombardi being paired with people like Adolf Wolfley and Melvin Wait and Emery Blagden, or Robert Combas, who was actually a superstar, or got Susan Tay Karange King, who is being paired with the drawings of Peter Saul. I think that somebody's making a conscious effort to try to, I don't know whether it's elevate the outsider artists or bring the blue chip mainstream artists into the realm of the outsiders. Somehow that's going to add greater authenticity to their practice. This is James Kalm reporting on the Outsider Art Fair for 2015 here on West 22nd Street in Chelsea. Thank you, Kate.